Okay. Do we want to do a quick recap of what happened last week or last week, Tuesday?
Feels like a week ago.
Yeah, I'm just so used to at the beginning going, okay, what are people's recaps?
Yeah, go ahead.
So let me close this window. So we woke up from hypersleep, and there was a problem with the thruster. We checked it out. Some of the storage had come loose and managed to knock into a panel, which messed with one of the engine thrusters, set us a day off course. Um, our agent on board was super itchy and headachy, and I gave him itch cream and liberated a couple of crates surreptitiously and set them aside so I could make some extra cash because I'm a skis. And then we landed on the spaceport at the spaceport.
What about your character, Mikey?
We landed at the spaceport, and the agent Kasim immediately took off to the infirmary. I made contact with my contact Ursmar in the bar. Carm found one of her friends in the bar, started looking for Nemecio, who apparently she's supposed to find for reasons. Much like I'm a skis reasons, she's got reasons to find Nemecio, but we don't know. I don't know as the character. So we get there, stuff starts going down. People draw guns on each other. We're all ready to back out when Ursmar gets arrested. The things defuse fairly quickly once he gets arrested, but he says, tell Nemecio. Carm follows the guy who runs through the kitchen to go find Nemecio. I follow Carm, and in the meantime, Kasim heads back to the infirmary. We watch people taking C4 out of the kitchen and head and find Nemecio, and overhear him telling him to place these blocks, which look exactly like these C4 blocks I found, between A and B, B and E, and C and D blocks. And I managed to steal a couple of coats from a container, shipping container, so that we're not freezing out there, and direct her, we need to get back. They're about to blow this up. That's C4. That's explosive. And but I got to find Nemecio. But that's Nemecio. I don't care. Those are explosives. We should go. She convinces me to go back for the captain. In the meantime, Kasim in the infirmary watches the infirmary get taken over by company men, and then the explosions happen, and a chest burster pops out, and he steals a rifle from somebody and shoots at the chest burster, ripping his pants. It bleeds on his flesh because it ripped his pants with a bite. It bleeds on his flesh. The acid burns. He freaks out, heads back in. They check it out. When he's in D block in the infirmary, he goes to a comm panel and finds a hidden blueprint for a sublevel, and he decides he's going to go check it out. In the meantime, we're trying to get myself, Carm, Ilya, and Lise are trying to head back to the ship, where we're stopped by guards. And apparently Carm has a stash of really good vodka that we didn't know about, and bribes our way past.
Ilya maybe not thrilled about that.
No, not at all. While Kasim downstairs in the sublevel bluffs his way past into finding a lab that has a couple of xenomorphs and 6 eggs, 2 of which have opened, and they're planning on shipping those out on our ship. They're in glass containers, at which point the glass shatters and he runs away bravely. He bravely runs away.
Yes, I wet myself at the Battle of whatever this town's called.
Yeah, because he runs away. He runs away.
And that's roughly where we're at. We're waiting to try and get on the ship. We're not sure how that's going to happen. There are 2 guards in front of us, 2 guards at the ship. Carm, Robbie, did Carm,
Yeah, I think the two guards, we already have them kind of at gunpoint right now.
oh, that's right. That's right.
So
Yeah.
we have the two that are at the ship, but the two that were at the entry door, we did manage to seize their weapons, and I handed a gun to
Tiz.
you.
Yeah.
Tiz, and the other one, I guess, is Ilya has taken the other gun, and
But thankfully, you have a kitchen knife that I snatched.
yeah. I think I'm more adept with the kitchen knife than I am with guns, but
Oh, I'm absolutely more adept with the gun than the kitchen knife.
yes.
All right, let's go to Kasim.
Okay.
All right, you had fled through from the secret lab.
Yes.
Bravely ran away.
Yeah,
I
technically
did.
You should be over here. Oh, you head up the ladder to. Whoa, shit. Head up the ladder to.
Classified map. Yeah. Okay. My goal is to, but as I get up the ladder, I realize if I can, because this is all blocked off. So my goal is to run over here to, and I don't know if you can see where I'm. I don't know how to mark this map.
Oh, if you kind of hold down the left click, I'm just checking something real quick to make sure.
Yeah, that right there. You see it?
Oh, well,
that ladder right there.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
This one.
That one. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run over to there, climb back down so that I'm back on this level, and run this way.
Okay, let me move back because I moved your thing, thinking oh damn it, thinking you're coming up out of it.
Well, I am, and then I'm running over to get down that ladder, and then so I can take on the top secret map.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go through this hallway to get to the refueling station, which then I can get into the spaceport to get back to the ship.
Okay, so as you kind of go up the ladder, and since you kind of looked over the stuff, you know where to head as far as the Seegson module. Go in. Doesn't take long to actually make an observation check. This will be while you're up on the level 1 as you go in, because that particular ladder is hidden, but you know about where it should be. So it's just sort of finding the way to open up the panel and such.
Okay, observation check. Here we go.
Ooh. A success and a face hugger.
Go ahead and make a panic roll.
Okay.
Actually, what I probably should do is just take the panic table and pop it out. Here, I'm going to pop out the panic table real quick just so I have it more easily to see. Tremble. As you go, you start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using agility will have a -2 until panic stops. You're going to need a little bit of time to, catch your breath. You're sitting there, you're going through, and you can't find the fucking thing. And then, as you're sort of going through, you catch, a part of the wall that can actually, you can get a finger and kind of slide this over, and the ladder and such is there. Lights and such are on. You can hear... As you open it up and you start heading down, you start hearing some screams and crashes coming from kind of further behind. So then you rush your ass over to the refueling point.
Yep.
To then bring yourself back up. Okay.
That's the plan.
And that will on on level 1 that brings you to here. If you want to go over in that middle or up towards the top on the right.
Here.
If you want to go on the same one that's got Karm and Ilya and all the rest of them.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let me see where they are. What map are they on?
Top right.
Top right. Oh, hold on. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I'll be here.
Okay.
Right. That's where I'll come out.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and move your token up over there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you were sort of hauling ass and heading up there. All right. So you two have the guards at gunpoint.
uh, well, Cap, are we heading back on board the ship?
She goes, we haven't. I don't think they've refueled yet. I mean, one, we've got the guards sitting there right by our ship, but I'm all for it. But right now, if we try to take off, we don't have a whole lot of shit left. They uh, took up so much space with the stuff that we had that they only put on enough fuel to get us here and a little bit extra.
That is great. Awesome. Hey, Carm, you think you can handle the refueling?
I could handle the refueling, but I'm worried about those two guards standing next to the ship. I think we need to, they seem on edge. These guards do. I mean, that they've been given explicit orders not to let anybody on the ship without them, without getting clearance.
Well, I think these two are going to walk us over in front of us with their hands calmly down beside their sides.
I would say make a. That be.
Oh, I pushed my shades up. I'm going to take a stress level away.
Okay.
I'm playing cool boy. What do you need me to make?
That sounds like a command roll.
Yes, I am not good at that.
So give yourself a +1 modifier because of.
I got 2 successes and a stress.
Yep. So yeah, you'll be good.
Without the +1. So
yeah. So I would
panic.
In this case, go ahead and also make a panic roll.
5.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine. As you kind of pop it up with the two of them.
Thank goodness for shades.
And let me just check one thing real quick, because with each of those rolls, as you make them, there is a slight bonus that you can get because you can actually spend the extra successes. Oh, it's a slow action. Yeah, you can. Yeah, this one doesn't have all this, but for every +1 you roll, they get a +1 modification to the roll when carrying out the order you give. Yeah. So in this one, essentially, they're like, because with that extra one, they're both going to be a little extra cool about it as they head out. So, what are I guess the 6 of you in this case doing?
We're walking over there because the first step in this is to get the other guns away and any communications devices away from those guards.
Okay.
And by the way, do these have any communication devices on them?
Yeah, they've got the essentially like walkie-talkies, the police thing built onto.
Yeah, they're wired.
Mm-hmm.
It's 70s sci-fi. They're wired.
Yeah, everything's clunky and wired. And
before they turn, Carm, cut those.
Oh yeah. I'll take the knife out, get those cut. I think when we're walking over there too, Carm is going to assume that those other two guards are going to probably have their attention focused on the guards that we're walking up. So I'm going to kind of try to, when they get up there, kind of be off a little bit to the side. So when and if the shit hits the fan, I'll be kind of positioned already in a kind of flanking position to kind of go at them. And I won't have my knife out, but it'll be at the ready.
I said the one problem you're going to have is if you're headed out there, you've got their rifles.
Mm-hmm.
And if the guards are walking with people without their rifles, you got 2 people behind them with the rifles.
Yeah,
that's gonna. Are you having a hostage? Or are you trying to get close to them with them as hostages? Or are you trying to like sneak your way?
We're trying to play it cool as much as possible.
That'll be a little difficult if you're the ones with the guns.
Yeah, if they're right in front of us and the 2 of us that have guns are right behind them, and then the captain's on one side and Carm's on the other, it'd be easier to kind of hide it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, but basically, you're trying to hide the fact that you've got the guns.
Yeah, I'm not really expecting this is going to go well, but
yeah, go ahead. I think that would probably be, as y'all head out there. We'll go ahead and make an observation roll for that. There's not really a stealth as such.
For us or them?
For you in this case. Oh, mobility rather.
Mobility.
Yep.
Just a straight mobility.
Yep.
Then cancel that.
Keep yourself behind.
I got 2 successes.
All right. So, you all managed to sort of head that way. The guards are actually, the other guards out there are a little bit more worried about, they're sort of looking at the people, some of which are running outside parts of the spaceport. You actually do have like a number of people running like towards a refueling station, like a lot of techs and such. The one thing you notice is you are the only space-worthy ship that's here right now that is not essentially been set up for kind of mothballed. Like the other stuff has been put in storage, so it needs less maintenance. You're the only one that would be ready to go relatively quickly. And we'll say at this point, Kasim, as you come up into the refueling station, there are like you hear just a ton of like techs rushing around. And you someone go, all right, we need that. We need to make sure that it's ready to go here soon. We've got cargo to take.
Okay.
They're yelling back and forth, and you're hearing some gunshots in the distance.
Okay. I'm going to immediately look for a locker room and try to find a uniform, a jumpsuit, whatever they wear, the techs wear, the refueling techs, so that I can walk out and begin the refueling process.
Okay, make another observation roll, probably to see if anybody, to see if you get it before someone sees you.
Okay. Observation. I have a 2 in the thing, so just I don't have to put anything in the modifiers.
Correct.
Wow, look at those suggestions.
Shit,
Wow,
son.
6.
Shit!
You step into a phone booth and step back out fully garbed.
God damn, yeah, that's one of those things that you're pretty good at. As you kind of head through, and the other thing you get as you're sort of changing for it, you're one of them, the tech who's in charge. Yeah, and you're the captain. I remember his name. Yeah, Captain Montolio's voice come through. It's like, we that ship on lockdown immediately. Make sure that nobody comes in or out who's not one of us. Shit's going haywire right now. Make sure everyone keeps their heads, keep them on their job. Don't have them go back into the building back into the actual spaceport for any reason. Stay at the refueling station or the ship.
Okay.
So what do?
I'm going to keep on going out.
Okay.
Put on any protective gear, like headset, like hearing protection, whatever they would normally wear, the guys I see wearing. Mm-hmm. Just act like I'm doing my job.
Yep. And the walkie-talkie you've got doesn't go to like the main command line that the head of the techs has, but it does go to all the rest of the tech sort of here. And like people are rushing around so much, you're able to sort of run out with them. And on your way through, as you kind of pop out the door, you do see your crew approaching 2 guards up by the ship.
Okay. Okay.
So they're at the loading ramp of the ship as the 6 of you approach. The 2 guards are actually keeping it relatively cool as they're walking up, and you manage to be kind of close enough behind them that you've got the rifles hidden. And the other guards at the ramp sort of look up and goes, "What the fuck did you leave your post? All that shit's going haywire in there." The guy just goes, "Nobody's running this way. They're all running back the other way. I mean, there's no place really to go, right?" You can see just a tiny bit of sweat, even in the cold, start to just beat its way down his...
We just keep walking, getting closer, just casual. We're all gonna die.
And
I'm gonna yell out.
Is this Carm? Who? Or you're gonna what?
As I get closer to where I can see them, I'm gonna yell to the guards like, "We got authorization to fuel this vehicle." And kind of take the attention away so they focus on me for a second.
Okay. Make a command roll there.
Okay.
Oh, tell me you're good at command.
Hold on, I gotta pull up my sheet again. Command, I have a +1. I have a 3 on manipulation. Here goes command.
Yeah, so yeah, they turn, make another stress roll
Panic.
Yay, stress.
or panic roll.
Oh my god.
Oh, we have permission.
Okay, you're frozen by fear for 1 round, losing your next slow action. Your stress level and the stress levels of all friendly PCs in short range of you increase. So everyone's stress level increases by 1. So this is what happens when you say it. They both sort of turn, and it's like, all right, we wait a minute, and they're kind of looking at your face, and that's when you realize there's only like 212 people, so literally everybody knows everybody. So
Right.
there's a moment when you sort of freeze. It goes, "Who are you? What do the rest of you do while this is happening?"
I'm assuming with these, they're pulse rifles, right?
Yeah, we'll just
It's
go
the
to pulse rifles. for now.
M41 pulse rifles. Is that what these guards were carrying?
Yeah.
I'm just going to assume, for dramatic intent, that there's a sound that they make when you turn the ready on the or whatever.
Well,
So,
or just the way guns in movies go, like just
Yeah,
when they bring them
something.
up, it makes that click sound.
Some obvious identifying sound as the rifle gets pointed at the two guards, and you hear, "Put your guns down and keep your hands away from your comms."
Carm, what do you do?
Well, I think when this is going down, I'm sidling over to the side and getting close to them. I'm hoping that the pulse rifles will do their job, but if they don't, I'm going to be in a position to kind of jump out with my knife.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say, Mikey, make another command roll. Give yourself a +2.
Oh gosh. Okay. Wow, I'm gonna need that +2. I got lucky last time. 3 successes.
Yeah, they start looking at you. You're sitting there, and Ilya just goes, "Please," and they just kind of put the guns on the ground. And you definitely see some of the people who are rushing up to fuel it have seen this happen, and one of them, "We got something wrong here."
I take the weapon that I have out and aim it at him and say, clear it and get down on the ground.
Okay.
You're not gonna make this all right.
I guess we're fine. And, like, you see, there's a bunch of the other techs kind of have hands up, and
Yep.
they get down on the very, very cold ground.
Mm-hmm. You say, all right, the dude to the dude with the that called it in. I said, you are going to do your job and refuel this right now.
Can I get up off the ground?
Yes, of course.
It's calisthenics. Get down. Get up. Get down. Get up. Yeah, as they get up and they grab the stuff, and they're like, "It's going to take you at least half an hour to refuel this."
Well, then you better get started.
Yeah, they kind of look, and some of them start to go and grab. You do know it's not going to be long before someone, because there are people rushing in and out grabbing stuff, is going to see something.
Sure.
What do you all do?
Well, I think since I'm probably closest to these two guards, I'm going to tell them to step back from their weapons, and I'm going to make sure to take those weapons away. And I think I'll also get to work with my knife to cut their comm links.
We need to keep one.
Or
we
we'll
can't-
keep one.
If
Yeah.
we can't hear what they're saying, Captain, I have to be completely honest. I'm somewhat at a loss. I did not think this would work this well.
And she just goes, "We secure the ship, we get the cargo that we're supposed to take back, and we keep the company happy, and we survive."
I don't think we really want to load the cargo. That's my opinion. I think we abandon it.
Wait, you're a
Not
company
a good
man.
I know I'm a company man, but I saw with my own eyes what they want to put on this ship. And I honestly don't think we want to put this on board.
Wait, what do they want to put on the ship? This is an uprising. It happens.
Let's just say the thing that damaged my leg was about 2 feet high.
He's got overalls on. Can we tell that his leg's damaged?
Oh, because it's been. Oh, yeah, you put the other ones on.
I'll hold up the leg from the coverall and show him my bandaged leg.
Ew.
I got an acid burn from a creature that I shot. They want to give us those and bigger ones.
You're full of shit.
The lab I found them in is, as I left, was being destroyed by them. I don't think they're going to, number one, even be able to contain them to load them. I think we just get out of here.
Yeah. Well, first, you're going to freeze if you don't drop your leg back down. And second,
Yes.
I think we've got some cream for that on the.
Yeah, I got you.
No, bad time. Sorry.
I'm so glad that I'm feeling 100% better now that I've gotten over the sickness from our sleep.
It's so funny that I accidentally left that thing up there. That just kills me.
I feel really dumb.
No, it was because I thought you were using all that like as an excuse to go and like figure out the stuff with your agenda. Like that's what I thought you were doing. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
That's what I was using to. That's what gave me the inspiration to do it. So.
So
but
funny.
it was definitely wrong.
But it does remind me though, because if I do run Chariots of the Gods again, I do have to make sure that's not on everybody's thing. I've got to reset all that shit.
Right. So I think that secure the ship. Let's take these jackholes up and secure them in the hold.
Yeah.
Okay. As you start to go, you hear some gunfire like from inside the spaceport, probably roughly from here, but on the second story. And you see someone firing, and then you see this just dark, really tall form, like rise up, grab this like guard and such by the neck, and just, and then there's like a tail. You see the tail just like right into the center of its chest, and then splits the body apart. There are other people screaming, and he just throws like half the body down onto that first level, and then it crouches down so you can't see it from like where you're at up on that second floor. But people are screaming and running, and you see people falling down the steps as basically the refugees who were using the spaceport as a living area, who were still in there and who were cowering in there, are now like panicking and screaming.
Oh yeah. They are not loading that on the Antigone. Oh no.
Everyone except for Kasim including Kasim, take a stress point because you haven't seen it kill like that. Actually, fuck it, Kasim, don't. You had a bunch of stress. Yeah, you saw this thing attack. You saw this other stuff. I'm not gonna have you add another one on top of that.
That's what I was talking about, guys. That's what they want us to put on the ship.
What are the people who are supposed to be refueling doing right now? Are they still refueling, or are they?
Some of them are rushing in, but the problem is for some of it, they've got to like hit the stuff, attach it, and then some of the other stuff happens inside. So that's going to be a problem fairly quickly.
I'm going to suggest Ilya and Cap maybe, or Ilya and me get dressed in these guard uniforms so we can post up here outside the ship. We've got 4 guard uniforms to choose from, right?
Yeah. Sounds good. And we can tie the others up inside, and I can stay with the refuelers to make sure they're doing their job in the ship while not causing any problems inside.
Sounds like a plan.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so who are you putting outside the ship?
Well, I mean, if Cap's willing to stay out with Ilya, that's cool. I'll hide in. I mean, I will make preparations in the ship.
Okay.
As the pilot, you probably should.
But 2 of us need to go secure people and bring back uniforms, and then stand there and I think we're gonna end up all 4 of us in uniform, honestly. Because if 2 of us take people in and make them all strip down and then bind them and then get dressed in uniforms. One of us stays and watches them. The other takes uniforms out to the other two who go back in to change, etc., so that it's not outside. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just as quickly as we can, so that whoever's outside is in uniform and has a rifle.
Yeah, and looks official. And
Okay.
and I guess if we kept like one of the comm units still active, obviously one of the first people, in the new uniform should be the one with the still intact comm system.
Absolutely.
The captain does open up. There is some stuff that you can grab and use, which includes there is if you're taking those pulse rifles, you take those, you'll have 2 reloads. Or,
Okay.
I'm sorry, with one reload with those.
And I also have this bolt gun, which I'm assuming is on the ship.
Yeah, bolt gun's a big, huge thing that you can use to essentially. You use it to throw bolts, but if that goes in a person,
Right.
yeah. So she opens up that for you, and she's like, "Ilya and I'll keep charge or keep the watch over the ship."
Does the ship itself have any weaponry to shoot while or is it purely?
It's a truck. It's a space truck essentially. It's just cargo hauler.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, just from here goes Mikey, ruining everything for everyone again. It just seems to me that from a metagame standpoint, that none of this action is supposed to take place on the Antigone. They didn't give us a map of the Antigone. They gave us a map of a station.
Oh, you have map of the Antigone.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah, that's where we were. That's where we were before you got to the station yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Also, from a metagame point of view, I had a very interesting thought at one point. If you did escape, especially because I thought Cassie might be left behind, what you said, I was like, if they do escape, the way Alien works, if you went through and then fled, we could.
I'm sure there's one on board already.
Well, no. We could then. I do have members of the command team for Fallon's Reach. I could then have you jump into.
I'm just from a metagame. I think there should be. I think that it's probably while I don't know, Ilya is in there watching guards. They can overpower him and do something which maybe starts destroying the ship or something, so that we have to retreat back into so we can. My whole thing is that it's just going to be more fun if we have to deal with panicked aliens. And I like this character. I want to play this character, But so from a metagame standpoint, look, I'm willing to win for Tiz or whatever and get away, but I want to kill and be killed by aliens.
Yeah, I'll say this too. Like I said, from a metagame standpoint, there are other things that are set up because one, every character has an agenda, and you just chose 3 of the possible instead of all 5. Plus, if some of your characters die or if you leave Fallon's Reach, I do have the 5, the foreman, the doctor, the scientist, and the captain that are able to play. Because part of the way Alien works, if your character dies, because death can happen really, really easily.
Yeah.
So part of what the way it's, I don't know if it specifically suggests it in the rules, but definitely how the 2, especially the longer of the cinematic games, which is the 1, 2 to 3 shot, it's here are all these other characters that are going to be involved. So if a character dies, you can hop into someone else. And when we ran Chariots of the Gods, we had characters die, and then they became members of this other ship, and so then they got to pop on to those characters. So yeah, I was literally wondering, I'm like, if you all just escape, we could pop you in. And I almost brought up something earlier, but I'm like, well, let's just see what happens.
All right. Well, my whole thing was, if it's going to be more fun for us as a collective, we should find a reason to have to flee back in. But I think it makes more sense for us to try and escape since we can, if we can. Mm-hmm. Although we do have a ship that is currently being refueled. It is going to take a half hour, and the chance of a ship getting blown up during a refueling process while gunfire is going on in an alien attack is pretty. I mean, that's come on.
And this is also something from a metagame from where I'm at. There are easily ways right now to keep your characters vital in here and have shit happen during the third act.
Okay.
That is not going to be a problem.
Okay. I was just throwing it out there, metagame. But all right, so because if I want to, my character wants to be on the ship and off the planet. I want my character knee deep in the shit.
Yeah, there's a conflicting desire here. My character does want to leave, but yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
Yes. All right. So we're going to stand with the plan. 4 of us in guard uniforms, 1 active comlink down there at the end, 4 guards tied in the hold, Kasim supervising the refueling of the ship, all of us now armed with pulse rifles. What else? Did you get your bolt gun?
And also, Robert, do you have anything you wanted to add to that? Because
yeah, no, I think I'll get my bolt gun, which is the one I'm most familiar with, and I think I'll be kind of, once I get that. And who all is wearing the uniforms at this point?
He's in Kasim's in a tech uniform. My suggestion was that all 4 of us.
4 of us then we're in guard uniforms then, right?
Yeah. So we'll blend in. Of course, that makes us targets. We got to be able to take off the coats or something if we end up surrounded by I don't know what you call them, townies.
Yeah, that works.
Refugees.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we end up surrounded by refugees, I definitely don't want to die with this uniform on.
Nope.
But for right now, it seems a necessary evil to get our ship refueled and out of here.
I'm looking for something real quick for the bolt gun. I know the bolt gun might not actually work as it is a piece of equipment that can be used. Let me try to find the actual.
I had seen. I kind of done a quick look at the weaponry on the.
Because I found the one for if you use it as gear, and I'm trying to find. Apparently, I did not get the one under weapons. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so the thing is, it's a single shot, which means you fire it once. You have to use a reload for it, and once you're out of reloads, it's no longer usable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's designed as something you use in, it's got several things in there that are not meant to be used as offensive weapons that because of the nature of Alien, you sometimes end up using as an offensive weapon. So that would be, it does a shit ton of damage. It's damage levels 3, which I think pulse rifles 2. Yeah, pulse rifles 2. So it does a shit ton of damage when it hits something, but it's short range, it's armor piercing, but it's only a single shot.
Yeah, I feel like Carm would still go with that because she's not really great with shooting rifles. Actually, I mean that she's more adept with hand to hand.
Okay. Yeah, so you grab it, he just feels more comfortable.
Yeah.
And plus, it is big and huge, which is going to be a little nice too. Okay. So yeah, at this point you now have, I will make a, let me just do this. Draw a polygon. Let's make it black. This square is your ship. So essentially you're going to have Ilya and Lys outside of it. Tied up inside, you're going to have, these 4 guards. And y'all go in, and your shit taken care of. Your other thing is going to happen pretty quickly is the people at the refueling station are going to see what's going on. Because people have to go back. They can't necessarily just sort of stay. They don't just hang out in the freezing cold while something is getting, they've got to hook up the stuff and then head back. So you're going to be low on time as far as that goes. But you also now have you done something towards your Act 2 agenda?
Oh, yes.
I know I have.
Yeah, I have.
All right, so everyone add a story point, and now we are into the Act 3 agendas, which have also been opened up for you.
Hold on, why can't I get this? There it is. Okay.
Oh, great. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to take a bio break for just a second.
Yeah, not a terrible idea.
Okay, so I had mentioned trying to download the information earlier. I can't remember, was that a possibility or not? Remember when I was in the oh, they're gone. I'm talking. I didn't have the video down. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have returned.
Mikey, the metagame thing just reminded me of Fear the Con when we did the Marvel Heroic Freedom Force
Yeah.
versus like the Third Reich stuff. Because like, you see the artist that's like, he's an artist with a toothbrush mustache in the German countryside. Nope, don't know what it could be. So sis.
That's not suspicious at all.
Don't you think when people like bitch about metagame stuff, I'm like, the best metagame stuff is how do we make this more fun?
That's what I'm saying. I want us to be knee deep in this shit. That's the goal of this game, and we're running away from which is what our characters totally should do. But since nobody else is on, I'm thinking of ways to, because I saw my Act 3 agenda, and yeah.
And because it was when you mentioned that, because I not only laid in some stuff with some of the agendas, even from the ones who aren't PCs yet, but also the fact that like there's only so long you can keep the people in the refueling station from knowing what's going on, and it's not long. There's plenty of ways to keep people there, but like at the beginning, I was thinking, I'm like, oh, if they do escape, and it's just because it sounded like you were trying to leave Kasim last session. I'm like, if they do escape,
Oh, I was.
I'm like, a super interesting thing would be like Kasim is left, and now he has to deal with like these different factions inside the spaceport, and then we could just have people take those. So it was like actually like still shit to do. I was like, that could be a really interesting game. Pull a psycho on it, where it seems like you're with one group of people, and then suddenly now you're with another.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, that could be kind of interesting.
Well, when Kasim gets back, I'm going to leave the ship. I've got an errand. How long have they been refueling? About 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, probably that. And the unfortunate part is about that point, someone inside probably knows that there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because it is negative 10 degrees outside. Yeah, this is one of those games I'd be super curious how a campaign would be.
I think an alien campaign would be short.
Some of the campaign stuff works a little bit differently, but like it'd be that interesting thing of just get them in tense situations, like having like this could be a first session of a campaign, except you wouldn't actually have aliens. It would literally just be the uprising as you show up, and you'd still have like the stress and all that stuff, and you'd want to work your way up to.
I'm just saying, if we have a campaign and my name's not Ripley, I don't want in.
But it is, as far as like role playing games that came out last year, I was shocked when I read this. I'm like, this is like the one I was most excited about. I was like, this does some cool shit.
The more I read, I've been listening to some Blades in the Dark actual plays, but also the more I read about Blades in the Dark, the more I both want to run and play in a Blades in the Dark campaign.
Blades
I've already got my
fun.
character named.
Yeah, Blades is so much fun. You played, I think, with me and Chad and Wayne.
Yeah, just a one shot, but which is so not conducive to capturing the flavor of that game.
I think we did we did a couple. We did like maybe 2 or 3. Because I remember there was multiple times where they left like part of a neighborhood on fire. It just seemed to be the thing that they did. Were you with them when they turned essentially? They created a ghost beacon and used it to like overwhelm this person's house.
The only one I was only on the one where we broke into the opium den.
Oh yeah, I got Blades in the Dark campaign would be so much fun. We did one when I directed She Kills Monsters, which was based on this girl who finds her entire family died on their way to her on a car wreck on the way to her graduation. And it cuts to her graduating from college, and she's moving out of town to get away from everything. And she's going through all the stuff, and she finds a D&D module. Now it's like 13 years old in the game, but like it doesn't make sense for the timelines are a little fucked up. But so we made it like I think 12 or something. But she finds a module that her sister made for D&D. So she takes it to like the local game store and is like, do you know what this is? And he's like, this is a module. He's like, oh my god, this is Tilius. Like this, yeah. She like everyone in Atlanta has played one of her games. Like everyone at the game store had known her. She's like, well, I want you to run me through it. And as she's going through the game, it's all about discovering stuff about her sister that she didn't know, because all the characters are based on friends of hers, including the fact that she was a lesbian but had never told her. And like, there's this really wonderful moment when that comes out. And she has this breakdown, but she's like, I didn't know. She's like, I thought you were gonna, like you were annoying and you were a pain in my ass, and when you're older, we were gonna get along and be great. And I didn't even know you were a lesbian. I had to find out through this game, and this is like wonderful sort of breakdown. But I guess people came in since it was so role playing based. And the funny thing was, a lot of it was funny, but we also made people sob crying at the end. Which I love. Like, I want to make you laugh, but fucking one we could cry too. I want you to get out there, like I want to get all those emotions. But I was running Blades in the Dark game before Blades had come out because it was still the Kickstarter beta. But we were running a short one with like 4 of the cast members on stage as audience members came in. That was fucking fun.
Yeah.
It was goofy as shit and stuff changed. Like they chose cultists and the cult changed literally every like literally every show, because we did like 12.
We are now the cult of Ralph, the lettuce god.
There was the Bath of Jeff, the Garage of, oh god, I can't remember anymore. But there's all these things they'd sort of work in. But we're just playing Blades in the Dark up on stage because it runs so fast and so smooth that it was just this quick. It was a blast.
Sorry it took me so long.
Oh, no problem.
That's all right. So what do we do with Kasim's body?
Well, you fucked it up pretty bad.
So I
Oh,
tell
sorry,
everybody
you
on the
weren't here,
ship.
Dave. We just decided.
We're
To
about
keep
5 minutes into the refueling, and I look around and realize that there's something I need to do, and I'll be back. I'll be back. I got a quick errand. I'll be back. And
Oh, a quick errand. Yeah, because that's, smart right now.
come with me if you want. I trot down the ramp towards the refueling station.
Okay. You're
I think Carm would kind of follow behind, and when you get out of the ship, is going to say, "What the hell are you doing? What is
Cassim,
this?"
are you going as well, or are you?
I might as well. I figure if he's leaving the ship, there's no one to pilot it. It's not going anywhere. If she's leaving the ship,
They're gonna notice. We've got to keep the communications in the refueling station on lockdown. All right, so I need you to go around and make sure that all of their comms are turned off.
gotcha. I'll do that.
You too, Carm, and then we'll meet back at the ship.
I think Carm will pretend to do that, but she's going to circle back quickly to kind of see what's up.
So you're coming back into the refueling station?
Yes.
Well, yeah, and I definitely want to see what's
what I'm doing.
All right.
So all mechanical stuff is Comtech. Is that it?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, and I have the Seegson system diagnostic and everything.
Yep.
All right, I'm sure in the fueling station there's a terminal of some sort, an access terminal.
Yeah. However, there are also a lot of people there.
All right.
So you're coming in the guards uniforms?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
we're all in guards uniforms.
Yeah. So as you sort of pop in, let me get my name generator real quick. Name generators are my favorite thing because I hate names. So going through this woman sort of looks. You see, like Shiori is written on her badge. It goes, "Guard, what are you doing in here? You should be guarding the ship."
I point my gun in her face and say, "Come with me."
There's one more. She just. You should know that they already know that everyone is held up out there, so something's going on. That's been reported.
Come with me.
She. And so, yeah, so I would also say Cassim and Carm, what are you doing at this point?
Taking care of all of the communication stuff, trying to find as many as we can.
Okay. So are you rushing up to the panels and such?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So Carm, you were headed quote unquote where before?
Well, I made a few steps as though I was going to follow what Tiz was asking, but I looped around back to kind of follow Tiz to see what she was up to.
Okay. Make a do you want to be unseen?
Yes, I think.
Make a was it movement?
Mobility.
Mobility.
Okay, and I actually can operate this thing, I think, now. So I click on mobility. Is that what I do?
Yep. And so what it'll automatically do is make the roll for you. It adds your stat plus the skill.
Okay, so it is for modifiers, and I just say 0.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you kind of sneak through, and you come in. You're able to kind of like pop behind like a stack of machinery in there to sort of hear. But do go ahead and make a panic roll.
All right, and panic is, where is that on? Just push panic, right?
Yeah, literally push panic. Whoever did this on Roll20, bless them, because they.
So I got a 6.
Yeah, you are fine. Yeah, you're nervous. You keep it together. You do not raise your stress level. But
Does it knock stuff off and create a big loud noise?
Nope. Just means she's nervous as she goes back there. Yeah, if she'd have gotten nervous twitch or tremble or some of them, maybe.
Yeah, if you'd have got a 7, like somebody we know.
What's funny is when we did Chariot of the Gods, 9, which is drop item, came up so often. Like so much shit got dropped. Yeah, so Carm, you managed to kind of head behind and you're hearing this.
All right, so I guess we're going down to sublevel 1 to engineering.
Okay, yeah, to the fuel silos.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's the engineering there.
I'm looking for the engineering. What do you mean?
It's on. There's a little wrench, and it says workshop/engineering.
Oh yeah, that okay.
And I need a diagnostic. I need a place that has a diagnostic of this place. There's got to be one somewhere here in the fuel silos, right? Access to somewhere.
There'll be some stuff in the refueling station itself.
Okay, well
Like
then I'm
up
gonna
on the first floor because I'm assuming
check over
that's
it.
what Dave was doing, or is Dave doing something different? I forgot. Did Dave, you go Dave or David?
Oh, Dave's totally fine.
Okay, because I'm like we hung out like 2 weeks ago and I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I just don't use your name, people's names much when you're in person.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to blow this place up, just blowing up the fuel silos, that's good enough. Or do I need to, from a technical standpoint, do I need to go all the way to the reactor?
The fuel silo is going to do a shit ton of damage. One, it's going to take away their ability to refuel stuff, which will be a huge problem. But it's also going to just do a lot of damage to the spaceport. It is not going to destroy the whole thing. For the whole thing, you'd have to go reactor.
All right. Well, then this lady's taking me to the reactor.
All right. And Dave, what are you doing?
While I'm in there, I'm seeing where the what Mikey was actually talking about, the workshop/engineering thing here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attempt to, once I've gotten the comm shut down and everything, I'm going to go into that and try to find the information that I need.
Make a comtech roll to shut down comms.
Okay.
You do see that there are several alerts. I mean, there's a lot of alert. There's
Oh, yeah.
a couple classified, but there's also people are trying to take the Antigone. So they've let them know that something's going on weird there. You succeed in shutting down comms, but do make a panic roll.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no,
Tremble.
not.
Yeah, you tremble. Like all skill rolls, anything using agility will suffer for a little bit because you're panicking. So while this is going on, Carm, what are you doing?
Would I be able to figure out exactly where he's going at this point, or would I just be? Is it just like
you could try to sneak along behind to find out, like going downstairs if you don't want to be seen. You could make a mobility roll, and he could make an observation.
Carm is like, what in the hell is going on? I think I will try to keep on trailing behind unseen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a mobility roll, and then Mikey make an observation. Both of you make a panic roll.
Yay!
I'm do either of you want to push that roll?
No, I don't. I'm fine with not knowing she's there.
Well, I'm also thinking about this because I haven't used this yet, but I have this one talent where once per act, I can ignore all face huggers from one roll. I mean, if I do that, then can I use that to avoid a panic roll at this point?
Yeah.
That'd be the time.
I will say multiple face huggers don't make a difference. It's just like 6 of them are the same as 1.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to use it, you can.
Yeah, I think I will use that.
Okay.
I got a 9, and as I just heard, that's drop item. So I'm going to assume that I just dropped a loaded pulse rifle.
No, because the loaded, it doesn't make sense to drop the loaded, because like dropping also means not just like at the Gone. It's something that's going to be. How about as you're sort of as you're going through your uplink terminal, you don't quite notice it as you go. Go ahead and raise your stress level by 1. As you're kind of getting the stuff, the uplink terminal, which attached to your belt, fell.
The remote control for the spaceship, right?
Yep. I would say, Carm, you see that.
Yeah, so I think what Carm does is Carm is just trying to stealthily follow behind, but obviously when I get up to that uplink unit, I'll pocket it.
Okay. Okay, so Carm, make a note. Carm, you got the uplink unit. Here, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and copy it over. Copy, and all right, it's now on Carm's sheet. So, Mikey, if you want to erase it, you can.
Got it. I had just made a note that it was dropped.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Let me put it back there so it's dropped, because if I run this again online, it'll be useful to have that. Oh yeah, so it's still on your thing. Yeah, just make note it's dropped. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I don't notice that. Okay.
Okay, so you're heading down this long ass hallway.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carm, you're kind of headed through. You do hear, like, in the distance, you hear some, like, gunshots, like a bunch of them at certain points. And Kasim. Oh, Dave.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, I'm seeing if I can log into the terminal and get the information that I need to find about what I saw in the lab, and get hard copies.
Didn't you roll a shit ton of successes on your Comtech before? No,
I
just
did.
1. Your Comtech was 1, but then a shit ton of facehuggers.
Yeah. No, I thought I had a bunch of successes too.
The last...
Very last one was
your last
3
one
facehuggers.
Yeah, 3 facehuggers and 1 Comtech.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make another Comtech roll, because now you're trying to break through there. Did you have something on you that helps you with that?
Yeah, I'm going to touch my letter.
That lowers your stress.
Yeah, you got a corporate clearance, so add a plus your data transmitter card. Go ahead and add a +1
to my Comtech roll.
Yeah, so +1 modifier.
Okay.
Shit, that's a lot. Okay, you managed to kind of break into the there's basically a separate server that is kept the separate server that's kept separate. I'm an English teacher. There's a separate server that's kept isolated, which also means separate from the rest of the material. As you go into it, you're able to find essentially they've been doing these tests as you're able to do a quick thing of it. These things were found on another colony. They brought them back for study. There's information that they've got over what happened when a group of Marines went to find it. This is clearly pre aliens. So what they're doing is trying to discover the abilities of these aliens. A lot of information about how they're an amazing weapon. They're hard to control, but the amount of refugees that show up here actually make for a very good testing pool.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Because people occasionally, like, there's problems sometimes intra-refugee stuff where people disappear and die. They're actually sometimes trying to from what you can tell, they're trying to keep an ear out for who sounds like they're on the outs with someone who's in power and making those people disappear, which they've only done a couple times so far. 4, from what it seems like.
Now, is this obviously 1970s style tech? Is this pre-internet?
Is what?
Pre-internet.
Yep.
Obviously. So for me to get this information out, it's got to be.
You got to download it to one of those big
floppy
clear
disks.
one of those not a floppy disk. They've got like these giant clear things just like clunk into it.
Yep.
By the way, if you've not played Alien Isolation, I don't know if you played that. Alien Isolation, they went through the film and they got all the stuff with what everything looks like. So, like, the main thing takes place on a space station, but you can actually play parts from the original film Alien. And like as you go through, like I did the thing where Dallas goes into the subtunnels.
Yes.
Try to go through and like you do that thing with the aliens down there. It's fucking terrifying. It's so good.
I'll bet.
But
That's the most horrifying part of the movie.
like you get this feel for like the stuff that they have. Like this is technology that goes chunk. like it's like the old Atari chunk, as opposed to the silent ones now. Yeah, so they're basically you're going to be able to load that onto a thing. Did you make your panic roll?
Panic roll.
Oh yeah, you rolled a face hugger.
That's right. Almost forgot. I'm glad you didn't let me forget.
Oh,
Of course.
that panic roll is a cheater, by the way, because
I'm going to push that. I'm going to push it.
You can't push a panic roll.
Oh, you can't?
Nope.
Oh.
However, I don't know if you did. So I will say this: all it's going to do is increase your stress level by 1, because as you go and you're trying to put the thing in, it falls to the ground, and you're like, there's this moment of panic when, oh god, is it broke? Is it broke? It's okay.
Okay.
So it's just going to add to your stress levels. You don't really have a whole lot else right now to be taken. Like it doesn't make like if you drop your pulse rifles, so what?
Yeah.
Like it's not going to go down a thing and disappear.
Right.
These are things you're going to notice. But yeah, so it follows. There's a moment where you freak out. What is your stress level, by the way, right now?
It just went up to 7.
It's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Okay, so downstairs. So I don't know if on the sublevel 1 on the like towards the very bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we should probably go on the classified sublevel 1.
Yes.
Which is actually at the very bottom. If you two want to move your stuff there.
Okay. Let me.
And I will pull. That's not perfect. But I'll pull that.
I was going to say she's rather large.
Yes. She's 17 foot tall. Wait a minute. That's really fucking tall.
Am I over here by her?
Yeah, so we'll kind of put the two of you over there, and then Carm will be somewhere behind. And I am looking for... Where did they go? Let me pop off to the other...
I don't know.
Oh, I gotta go...
Oh, upper right, I think.
Okay. No, there was... I've got some stuff on the GM layer that I was looking for. That
It was sub-level 1 is where Carm and Kasim are.
Okay. So...
Oh, hang on. I got to grab mine. I put on the wrong one.
Oh, let's do this.
I got it.
So,
There.
Carm... Oh yeah, everyone. Carm, if you want to move your token, it's at the very bottom.
Oh, I see.
The sub-level 1 classified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is not this is not a game where I almost want to have like those on separate things, just because there's a lot of going back and forth. But then it means that there's like a whole lot of, if you're in person, you've got all this shit you can kind of look at a little more easily.
If you're following us, you're probably somewhere around right where I'm pinging.
Yeah.
Oh, great. This is going to be interesting. I don't see what's coming at all.
Yeah. So as you're heading down like this area, you hear from this direction, you hear a scream, and then like a wet, awful sound. I will say, Tiz, take a stress. Carm, you hear the scream, but not the wet, awful sound. There's been a lot of screams, so it's not going to raise yours. This is as you're approaching this crossways.
So I'm sorry. I need to take a stress.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yay. Sorry, I was sitting here thinking about how to communicate to everybody else what my intention was so that they know what I was doing when I went to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we didn't have a tear-inducing scene where I was like, "This place must be destroyed." Whatever.
No, don't sacrifice yourself, Kurt Russell.
Oh, I don't plan on sacrificing myself. I was wanting in and out.
They sacrifice all of us.
I was going to set a timer. I mean, I'm not stupid.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at these fuel silos right here.
Oh, yeah. I was going to do that, but it wouldn't destroy the whole place.
Right. But it might give us time to get away.
It would do a lot of damage. The problem is your ship is on the spaceport. It's just,
Right.
like, on the landing bay, and like if you explode it there, the chances of your ship taking damage are decently high.
Well, yeah, but we would not want to explode it until we get out of there. But
Yeah,
Again,
we'd
need
set a timer.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So does Tech Sergeant Judy, who's in front of me, I don't know her name, so I just gave her a name.
Shiori.
Shorig?
Shiori.
Shiori, does she have a noticeable reaction other than
She just like kind of freezes, like.
Do you know what that is?
I have no fucking idea what that is.
I think I do. That's
you
a
should go
problem.
check it out. Send her to go investigate.
Yeah. All right. Keep moving.
You go through the through this.
Her first.
Okay.
Just in case.
And so, Carm, you're following behind.
Yeah.
Although-
from what I heard, I mean, what am I able to deduce as to what made that sound, or is it just sound like some?
Well,
loud-
it was a scream that was cut short, like someone had been killed, but you did not hear gunfire. But you
Okay.
also did see the thing kill someone earlier, so you're probably like, there's a decent chance you're not going, I'm sure it's a dude with a knife.
Yeah, it's a mugging. Is what it is. Someone accidentally got knocked unconscious. It's a big misunderstanding.
Yeah, Okay, and do I know where it was coming from?
Yeah, I mean, basically it was up ahead, but like from a different. We'll say you kind of know it's from this direction.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what Carm is going to do is, I think I'm, boy, I think Carm is going to stay here at this point, and I would assume that Tiz has to come back the way that he went down.
Okay.
And so, but I'm going to have my bolt gun at the ready, and I guess what I'll do is this. I'll go to the crossroads here and stake up a position there.
Okay, Tiz, make a mobility test as you're going through to see if it notices you.
That's 2 successes and a hugger.
Make a panic roll.
Yay.
My favorite.
A 10.
Whoop.
Okay.
Poopy pants.
As like right as you sort of head through, there's a moment where you saw it. Then I think it was like it looked like it was like eating at something, and you just like there's a moment you freeze. So Carm, you'll see him freeze up ahead in the tunnel as you sort of beforehand, and you've got like Shiori kind of catches that and then starts to rush forward.
Traders, educators, superintendents, again,
Sorry.
I cannot thank you enough.
I was like, Shiori, you're really loud.
Yeah.
They closed school through May by order of the governor. That's what David's listening to right now.
Yeah, the governor.
Oh shit! Is that what just happened?
Yeah, my wife just
Through
need to
May.
ask.
Grades 4 and 5, those are our retesters. I learn for grades 3 through 8.
I'm gonna have to take a quick break because my son's doing work from home right now,
Yep.
and I need to figure out whether or not he needs to keep doing schoolwork or whether I can tell him, do some chores and then blow your mind on the computer.
Do you want to take about 15 minutes?
Can we?
Sure.
Are you good with that?
Thank you.
Okay.